you were a political science grad from Brown, and I know Brown's a good school, but how does one do that? And then all of a sudden, you come out and say, you know what? Hey, polymer science
Yeah,
after
well, I mean, they
political.
were like next to each other in the dictionary, so maybe I just
Well,
got it wrong when I started as a freshman, and then I got it right afterwards. I don't know. No, just kidding. No, so yeah, so my journey to Avery Dennison, maybe Michael. So I in my final year of undergrad, I met up with what became my technical co-founding team for my first startup, and it was called New Label Technologies, and we were essentially trying to take these really cool concepts of activatable polymers that my technical co-founder Ben, who was the CTO of the company, was developing for biopharmaceuticals. So think about like drug delivery with activatable polymers on the drugs and stuff like that. And we said,
Ooh,
let's take that technology and let's bring it to packaging. Because if you think about essentially coatings, adhesives, or some types of polymers that can turn on when you want them to, you can create a ton of efficiency, reduce waste, reduce costs, reduce operational complexity, and potentially create new ways to engage with consumers because you're now stretching the limits of what the chemistry and the packaging can do. And we built this business, started it right after we graduated. We built it over 8 years. We raised venture capital, strategic investment, and ultimately sold the business to Altana, which is a large German coatings and ink company. I, as an entrepreneur, was sort of thinking, okay, what's next for Max? And like, what's the next project? What's the next startup? And I was not thinking, like, I'm going to go work for this large German company. And so I was shortly after we sold the business and we closed the deal, I got approached by Avery Dennison, and they offered me a unique opportunity to create a corporate venture capital program where the company was going to use its balance sheet to go out and invest in startups and
oh
invest in
yeah,
entrepreneurs. And it's a huge movement that's been happening over the last decade in corporate America, where you're seeing a ton of these CVCs, corporate venture capital funds, pop up. And Avery